Evergreen. Most beautiful episodes you done ever seen. Probably not. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second Champions Club Lazy River edition of the Sports Agents of Chaos podcast. If you are watching this, I'm assuming you're watching this after the first one. Welcome. So basically what happened is that Justin is crossing the Swiss Alps like Hannibal right now. I don't know if he'll overtake Rome like Hannibal did or if he will fail at some point. Because of his progeny, could be one or the other. But Justin is somewhere away in the mountains right now, enjoying life without social media and technology.
Do you remember the book where the red fern grows?
Yes.
I feel like that's Justin right now. He's the red fern grows. Yeah.
I love that. So while Justin is away, we are here to just screw around and play. But this is the second episode of the Champions Club Lazy River, where if you've watched the previous one now, Rick and I, we're going to have some fun. We're going to play. We played 2 quizzes last time. We're going to play 2 more quizzes this time, and we'll have a little bit of fun conversation in between. I think we talked about work and where we were employed last time. I'll let Rick decide the topic this time for the in between quizzes portion of it.
I don't.
I think it's only fair. I think it's only
I'm easy enough for it.
We believe in equality here. So Rick is the master of getting the quizzes ready. So we're going to have the quiz here in a few moments' time ready. It's been NFL quizzes so far. I think these next 2 will also be NFL. I thought you were gonna throw a curveball and be like, all right, Jurg, you need to do an F1 quiz all by yourself.
No, I wouldn't do that. It's funny when I was looking up 15-minute quizzes or above on my Sporcle account. I got they put the Harry Potter chapters in order of the books. And
Lord!
I mean, as fun as that would be, and that would be fun. It would be more than 15 minutes, than we would be, doing it all wrong. So
hey,
I want us to have a good vibe when we're doing our quizzes, not have people coming after us for not knowing what we're talking about. So
especially also like chapter names in order. No,
chapter and verse. Yeah,
that would have been done. That would have been rough.
So I will say I'm going to let you pick. Quiz number 1 is either going to be QBs or coaches.
Let's save coaches for last year.
Okay,
save coaches for last.
So we'll do this one, which is the last 5 playoff quarterbacks for each team.
Oh wow,
yeah, which could be a lot of fun here. So
for sure,
I will share that screen momentarily.
Yes, sir.
And this is a 15-minute quiz, if you will, because we had a 12-minute one that we kind of ran out of time on, and then an 18-minute one where we did pretty well. But,
we've been above the average for both of these.
Yeah.
And for that 12-minute one, if it had been 15, 16 minutes, I'm convinced we would have gotten this close to
I'm pretty sure of that as well. So, but yeah, this is the last 5. Look at the Panthers. The last 5 playoff quarterbacks for each team. I mean, look at the Panthers. Panthers are here by virtue of the fact that they're just a part of the league. They're not actually a member of this quiz family, if you will.
That's amazing. They're the redheaded stepchild.
They are. They certainly are. Oh boy, I can imagine we're gonna have some really horrible names that come through. Yeah,
it's gonna be fantastic though.
This is gonna be fun. All right, what do you say we just get right to it?
Yep,
let's do it. All right, Arizona Cardinals. I don't even think we can just go on random order. We can just start naming names we want.
Murray, Palmer.
Kyler Murray, Carson Palmer, also with the Bengals.
Who the hell made it for them in 2014?
Ryan Lindley. Hey!
Oh, my God.
A banger to start off with.
Jesus, Kurt Warner.
09, Kurt Warner, I think.
And then 98?
Shake the Snake, I think. Plummer.
Try it.
Let's go. All right. Atlanta Falcons, 2017 is Matt Ryan.
Oh, for sure.
Obviously.
Michael Vick.
Chris Chandler. 95, maybe Barkowski if he was on the Falcons at that time. Or was that a Favre vehicle?
No, he never even really played with Atlanta.
All right, so Falcons were done at 3.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Lamar.
But Lamar's 23, 22. Tyler Huntley.
Yes, Tyler Huntley.
Ew.
Amazing. That's amazing.
2014 is Flacco, I'm sure.
The man, the myth, the legend, Joe Flacco.
Yep, and 23. 06, Kyle Bowler, you think?
Yeah, probably.
No, not Kyle Bowler. 06.
Not Dilfer. Dilfer?
Dilfer's 03. No, okay. McNair, 06. So who was 03 for them? Tony Banks. Or no, was it Anthony Carter? Quincy Carter was the. Look at the. Oh my God, for the Cowboys, Quincy Carter.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen.
Yep, Allen.
2017.
Tyrod Taylor.
99. Was that Food or Bledsoe?
One of
Who
them.
was 98? Bledsoe 99? No, it couldn't have been, right?
No, he wasn't a Bill yet.
I wouldn't even know. 96. Was that Kelly's last year in 96?
I had to have been.
Yeah, okay. All right, 99's going to throw me. All right. Panthers, easy. Cam,
Yep.
Delone, and then I want to say Rodney Pete.
Yep.
No.
What?
Who was it in 96 then?
Exactly. Amazing question.
2020 Bears, Trubisky.
Yeah.
2010 Bears.
Was it Cutler? Like young Jay Cutler?
Well, no, he was 06, I think. He was, okay.
Grossman was 06.
Grossman.
Had to have been.
Yep. 01. Was that Cade? No. Maybe Rick Mirer? No. All right. Bears are done. Bengals. Burrow. Clearly.
Yep.
Dalton.
Dalton.
Who was in 2015?
Was that not McCarron?
Oh, my God. It was. And then 90 was Boomer.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Browns. 23 was Flacco. 2020. Was that Baker?
It had to have been.
And then Couch. No. He never did, right?
I don't think. Kozar?
Bernie Kosar. 89, yeah. 94. I wouldn't even know. 02. Oh, that Derek Anderson, right? No, 2?
Yeah, yep. That has to be.
No. Kelly Holcomb. There you
Wow.
go. What a name. What a name. All right, 94 we're skipping. Cowboys. Dak.
Yep, I was going to say.
Romo.
Yep.
Aikman.
Would probably 91. Or 91.
91.
Who's the quarterback before Aikman? Or or was Aikman on the team he got hurt and someone started?
I wouldn't even know. 91. I was born in 91, so I wouldn't even know. Broncos 2015. It's been almost 10 years since the Broncos made the playoffs.
Jesus. Was it Trevor Siemian?
No, that would be Manning, right? That was a Super Bowl year, right? Yeah.
Was it? Wow.
11 is this guy.
Tebow.
2000 is Elway, I think. 98. So who was after Elway in 2000? Oh, this is. I think I know. I think this is Steve Berline. If I can spell his name correctly.
What a pull!
Wow, for the Cowboys, what a pull there. Okay, so not for the Broncos then. Okay, all right. Lions, Goff
and Stafford,
and
which also gave us 2 for the Rams. That's funny.
You know who I think it is?
Who?
Oh, it's not. But John Kitna is on here. Where for the Seahawks? Okay, in 99. Okay,
that's amazing.
Wait. No, it couldn't have been, right? Because no,
Harrington,
no, he was drafted after the fact.
Definitely after.
Okay, let's skip the lines for now. Packers 23 is
Love,
Rodgers, and then the other 2 are way before our time. He was
82 and 72.
Couldn't even tell you. Texans, Stroud.
Yep,
obviously.
Stroud, Watson.
Schaub is probably on this list somewhere. Yep. Yates. No, because he was 2011, I think.
That's correct. Brock Osweiler?
Maybe.
He has to.
2015. Who was their quarterback in 2015? Oh, God. All right, move on. Colts.
It'll come to us.
Yeah. 2020 Colts. That's not luck, is it?
No. He Brissett?
No, not Brissett.
They've had so many different starters. Rivers. They made the playoffs with Rivers.
Yes, right. Okay. 96. Would that be a Harbaugh year? Yes. And then 87. Wouldn't even know. This one's going to be fun. The Jaguars. Lawrence.
Yep. Bortles. Death taxes and Bortles.
Garrard. Leftwich. Brunel. When you look at the Jaguars, like just last 5, God, they're terrible. There's some bad names on it.
Real quick, Rick, actually, for the Texans, this might be a shot in the dark here, but he was on the team for a bit. Brian Hoyer.
Yes. Brian Hoyer. That damn Michigan State Spartan Brian
You
Hoyer.
always forget between the Browns time and his time as being a backup for the Colts and Patriots forevermore, he was the Texan.
You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. All right, on to Kansas City. Mahomes, obviously.
Smith.
Alex Smith. Trent Green has to be on here somewhere in 06. 2010?
That has to be Matt Castle.
It is.
Look at that.
And then 97. Maybe this is Gerback. Yes. I knew Elvis Gerback was going to make his way into this quiz at some point or another. I just didn't know when.
That's amazing.
Raiders, 21. Carr.
Yep.
Matt McGloin.
Oh, as like the third stringer who made... No, was it a Cook? Connor Cook?
Connor Cook. Oh, my God. The fact that he's on here is awful.
He was the rookie third string, and he had to start that game.
Gannon, 02. I don't even want to finish that because Connor Cook being on here is just unforgivable.
You know who beat him, Rick? The Brock Osweiler-led Houston Texans.
That's right. What a horrible, horrible time that was. Chargers, Herbert, obviously.
Yep.
Rivers was Breeze in 04? Did he go to the playoffs with the Chargers?
Try.
He did. Okay. The Saints. 90. I don't know. Humphreys was 95. My boy Stan the Man. And there's Dan Fouts, 82.
There he
I know
is.
we talked about him in the previous Evergreen, but yeah, he was 82. All right. Why are there two quarterbacks in 2020 for the Rams? That seems interesting to me.
Who the heck was their backup is what I'm wondering.
Well, 04 had to be Bolger, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they go to the playoffs with Sam Bradford?
No, but he wouldn't have been there. No, they never made the playoffs.
20, but I'm saying, didn't he go?
Not with the Rams. Definitely not with the Rams. No.
Interesting. Okay.
Who the heck was the backup in 2020? Was this one of those weird cases where a backup just had to start for the Rams? Strevler?
No, wouldn't have been Chris Strevler. John Wolford? Yes. Wow. John Wolford.
What a poll.
What a poll, yeah. All right. Dolphins, Tua.
Skylar Thompson.
Our friend and savior, Skylar Thompson.
Tannehill.
No.
Oh, what's his name? No. Matt Moore. I think Matt Moore.
Yes, Matt Moore.
Yes.
Okay. Time out. 2016, you had Osweiler, Connor Cook, and Matt Moore in the postseason.
It was so terrible.
What a year. What a year for terrible quarterbacks.
There was a run in the late 2010s where just terrible quarterbacks played postseason games.
I think Marino was in 01, I believe. No, okay. Jay Fiedler, another one of our friends. Yep, 01. So who was the guy in 08 for them? Oh.
Chad Henne?
No, maybe Pennington? Pennington.
Look at that.
Chad. Just the other Chad.
Chad Pennington.
He's on 6. Oh, this Jets one's sad. Vikings, 22. Cousins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
2017. Was that the Keenum year?
Try it.
Yeah, because that was the Minneapolis Miracle, right?
Christian Ponder.
No.
Oh wait, hold on. I know Joe Webb.
Oh, come on. This quiz is making me feel some things. 2015 Vikings.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Did he go to the postseason? He did. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. Patriots. Brady has to be on here somewhere.
McCorkle Jones.
McCorkle. Bledsoe. 97. God, who was the quarterback in 98 for them?
I think there was a quarterback between Bledsoe's Brady. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh, there's Pat Ryan as well again. Oh, great. Pat Ryan. All right. New Orleans Saints. 2000 New Orleans Saints. I have a feeling this is Aaron Brooks.
Try it.
I have a feeling. Yes, I was right. And then the 90s, I didn't even know the Saints were a team back in the early 90s. It's not saying much. Giants. 02 is Kerry Collins. And the Kerry Collins and Todd Collins on the Commanders.
That's amazing.
Wow. 97. Did Danny Cannell lead into the playoffs one year? He did.
Look at that.
The 93. Is 93 a Hostetler year?
Hostetler.
No, but Raiders. So then Sims, maybe?
Has to be.
Sims. Oh, look at that Buccaneers poll. Chris Sims in 05.
God, oh, my God.
All right. Jets. Sanchez, obviously.
Jeez, that's depressing.
Testaverde, obviously. And then Ken O'Brien, obviously. Wow. That's rough. This is rough. Yep. Eagles.
Hurts.
Foles.
Wentz.
McNabb was 09.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Okay. Easy. Steelers. Oh God.
Ooh.
Rudolph.
Yeah, I think he's technically the starter.
Hodges in 21.
No, it had to have been Ben.
Yeah, I know.
Because there was such a big gap between the second and third one. It had to have
That's
been Big
true.
Ben.
That's true. Maddox at some point. Cordell, and then 96. I think this is Bobby Brister. I think it is. No. Or maybe it's Heath Schuler, maybe? No. Dang. Oh, wait. Oh, no. The other terrible quarterback, Neil O'Donnell. He was in the Super Bowl that year. What are you talking about? Oh, whatever. All right. Niners. Big Clock.
Yes.
Cap.
Garoppolo?
Yep. No. Oh, I spelled it right. And then 02. That's probably Jeff Garcia year, right? Okay. And he's on the Bucks too. All right. 2020 Seahawks.
Wilson? Has to be.
Has to be.
Because then before him is Matt Hasselbeck.
Hasselbeck. And then not Zorn. Will it be Myron 88? No. Okay, I don't know. 02 Bucks, that's Brad Johnson, obviously. 2017 Titans.
Mariota?
Wow. And then 07 Titans.
That has to be Vince Young.
I shudder to think that he went to a playoff 1 year. Commanders, Griffin has to be on here.
Yeah, for sure. 2012.
And then my boy, Taylor Heineke.
Wow. Okay, so we reached the end of the list.
Yeah. And I think we're what, 19 off, but I don't know. I feel like some of these
we might recognize the name, but it'll be arbitrary. We're like, oh, really? It was him for that team?
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, listen, I'll take a 138 or 157. I'm good with that.
Same. Yeah, same.
All right, let's do it. Let's see what we got.
Once again, way above.
Yep. 88. Jeff George. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Jim Miller. Anthony Wright. Okay. Gus Frerotte. You remember him?
God.
Remember Gus Frerotte, the guy who scored a touchdown and then jammed his neck by ramming his head into the back wall there?
For multiple, too.
Wouldn't have guessed the Patriots guys if you'd give me $90 million. Scott Zolak is a name from like Futurama.
Tony Easton. Or Tony Easton.
Mike Tomczak. Dave Krieg. Okay. So really, realistically, we only had three guys that were in the 2000s. And, I probably only knew like maybe one of them. I was thinking like a Tony Banks or a Quincy Carter, but Anthony Wright's that third guy for the Ravens that I just, whatever. So whatever. Oh.
All right, Rick. What do we talk about here in between the quizzes?
I don't even know, man. Like I literally just like sometimes I just sit there and I just think about all the things that all the sports that we covered in our days and all the conversations that we've had, and about a random, array of things, and it was just like. I don't know. We had such a good time. We had such a good time.
I'm all for us like doing a little bit more looking back on our working days.
I'm good with that, man. I am because I relive some of the things that were just going on and some of the craziness that befell us, man. Like that, all the things that we ended up having to do were just nightmarish at best. And
for me, and I'll go towards the beginning, if not the very beginning. So the backstory for Rick and I. So I was in my third year going into college, and I had not gotten a chance to do much in terms of like sports, interning, media, anything yet. I worked my first 2 years, get a little bit of money in the bank. In my fall semester of my third year, I met a good friend of mine who I'm still very close with to this day. Shout out to my guy Sunder. And he put me on to interning because I don't know if he interned his freshman year, but at least his second year, he had actually interned for the athletics.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, like at the time I was talking to him, it was still your predecessor. Shout out to our guy Lance.
Yeah.
For a brief period. So I had met him a couple of times, mainly for writing for the paper. And it was super cool. The time where you and I first, because there's a difference between when we first communicated and then when we first finally met. When we first communicated, I was emailing Nick to do an interview, and he informed me that he had left and you were the interim. And so I had to email you, be like, hi, I was just informed that, Nick left and you were taking over. And I kind of gave you the breakdown. And it was like I remember you like it was like close because of like when I needed to do the interview and when you had gotten the email. But I think because of like I had no idea the switch happened. I think you were very like understanding and you were like, hey, if this happens again, like, just give me a little bit more time, but we can make this work. So that was the first time we emailed.
And I'll be very honest with you. You caught me at a very good moment with that, because people nowadays in my current job and in jobs past that have emailed me that's saying, oh, we have a thing happening tomorrow, or this thing's happening, et cetera, like in a couple hours ago. I'm like, no, I need more time than that. Like, sorry. I think that, time is of the essence when it comes to certain things. And, especially in that world, because let me tell you something, man. And you've seen this too. Coaches have their own way of doing things that are just like so mercurial, and they plan out their days basically to a T, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it was just like, that's why, like, I never liked the idea. And this is something that I go back to from my radio days. Whenever we did a live broadcast for radio when I was in college and we did sports, we would always have like a coach's show prior to the match or the game where like the color commentator would go and talk to the coach pregame. That's maybe the worst time to talk to the coach, is like pregame. Pull him aside an hour before for a 5-minute coach's show when all they want to do is just watch the team practice and like drill things in before the game begins. It's like, yeah, I'm going to talk to this random 19-year-old kid from Manasquan, New Jersey about here with the head coach of Hofstra Field Hockey is they're playing Northeastern, or they're playing LaSalle or whatever. It's just like, what do I want to do with my life? So, I mean, that's more so. That was more so. It wasn't me pulling rank as much as it was like understanding, because I'd come from other colleges where it was like, if you don't give them a couple days notice or a couple days in advance, like it's going to be, you're not going to get the best sound bites or the sound clips that you want.
Yeah.
So that was more of that case, but yeah, that was our first interaction.
So that was our first time we ever communicated just in general via email. Then when we finally met in person, when we had emailed a bit more after, I think I had done like another article post that, which I gave you time for, so that was better. Sunder, I forget if he had a full convo with you about it or if he had mentioned just briefly like, hey, I know a guy, he wants to talk to you about helping with interning. And I know you were all for like, hell yeah, I'll take more people in helping. And so we set it up, and you had told me it's like, in Queens Hall, meet me at the library there. And I remember I got your email. I emailed you, sounds good, I'll see you then. I immediately messaged Sunder, where the F is this library in this building? So backstory to Queens Hall. Queens Hall is super off campus when it comes to like the campus of Queens College. It is essentially, honestly, and this was my third year when I think that spring semester I took Spanish for a language class. It was better for me to get off before QC, like a couple blocks before that, near John Bound, and I would walk past the high school and then get to Queens Hall. It was better to stop near a high school and walk to there than get to campus and then make that trek. So that was something. Also, fun fact, my freshman year, actually, the only class I ever withdrew in my 4 years, I tried to take a linguistics class, and I realized I was way over my head with that. And I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this.
No. I mean, it was interesting because my sister had worked at John Bound for a couple of years prior to me joining Queens. So I knew where Bound was based upon, her experiences there. But that was interesting because we basically had to make sure for game days, we had to make sure we had everything prior, because Queens Hall, they wouldn't let you back in on like the weekends.
Right.
They were really strict about that.
Because they also so real quick before you continue. So like I said, I would get off near Bound to go through there. So like that gate during the weekend was closed, but also even we mentioned the field in Evergreen episode number 1, right? So you had to walk, if you're coming from the other side of campus, which you had to walk around the field, not inside, but obviously outside the field to like a path to get there. Even that would get locked on weekends. It's like, God forbid if a student had a weekend class there. But I don't think, here's the thing, I've never met someone in my 4 years there, and like the time after that I worked at QC where I still had like some friends there, so I talked to them. I never heard a single person tell me they had a weekend class in Queens Hall.
No. Yeah, and I love the fact too that I think I think for whatever reason there was like a security guard patrolling the field at the time. So yeah, you couldn't walk through the field; you had to walk around the field. Like it was the dumbest thing.
It was the stupidest thing in the world.
Yeah. That was. I don't know if you remember this. That was also around the time that that HQ trivia was starting to become a thing on the phone. I don't know if you remember that. That the little at 3:00 every day, everyone would log on and play the trivia game for like $1,000 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the simpler times of 2018 and 2019, man. So simple back then.
But yeah, for me, my third year, that was 2017 to 2018.
Yeah. So I was just, and again, like in a way, it kind of worked out because, like, we were so far off the beaten path that we were away from like all the nonsense of the politics of the day. We were just so far off that we were in an abandoned library, for crying out loud. I think I literally, there were days where I spent the day, instead of doing work there, I spent just like walking the abandoned library, like finding random stuff left and right.
Because I think I only ever went there maybe twice at most to see you.
Yeah.
Like, were there? Because my goal was to like meet with you, talk with you, and then the second time I think you needed help with something.
Yeah.
Like that abandoned library, I never really took a good look. If I ever go back to visit the school, I'm going to Queens Hall. Okay. I'll probably still somehow get in, even though there's technically a scan-in, but like, this is garbage. Please. But like with that, like what were like were there still books in that abandoned library?
Yes, there were. But it was like maybe like one or two per bookshelf, and they were like reference books primarily. They were like old, out of date encyclopedias in a sense. There was the.
Did you know how long that thing was closed? Like when you were in the office, like.
I never got the whole history of that. When I took over, from Nick, that was kind of more of a rush job in a way. And the boss that I had at the time and the person that I worked with, who's still there in Queens, Gina, I'm sure you know her. We weren't really talking about the history of everything. We're just kind of more just like selling into what we're doing, and then just trying to, the thing that I always notice too is that, and I'm sure you found this out as well. Whenever you start a new job, there's always like a 2 or 3 day grace period when your email just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I think that was part of the problem with Queens, was because I think I had to use my Gmail for stuff, my personal Gmail, for the first week and a half to 2 weeks, because IT just couldn't get into the computer or fix whatever needed to be fixed.
Well, they could never figure out, to this day, even when I went back to help during the pandemic and after the fact, they could never figure out a way to get me in the system as now a staff member. Yeah. I still had to use my school email and my personal email when I worked with you.
I will say too that I think most of the time, I kind of brought my own lunch, or I kind of did my own thing. But there was one time where I went to the kosher Mexican place down the street. I don't know if you remember Carlos and Gabby's. Down the street.
I think I went there once, but I didn't even it wasn't me eating. I was just with some friends and they wanted food.
Yeah, it was like the kosher Cap'n Crunch coated chicken tenders or whatever it was. I was just like, all right, whatever. It is what it is at this point. So, but that was, what was interesting too about that was you couldn't rush because you were in a school zone, and the city traffic, they would get you and you'd be $175 less rich because you ran the red light, or you ran through the camera or whatnot. So, but yeah,
I can only imagine at freaking QC of all places, having to drive there and then park there, or park around there.
And let me tell you something. The lot was super small, so if you didn't get there by a certain point, you were shut out, and you had to park somewhere on one of the side streets. And that was an adventure too, because really narrow streets, and
there were times of construction also too.
Yep, and also really weird parking limitations too, because that's the city of New York for you. So it was just a lot. And then they eventually moved us over, which had its pros and cons. Obviously, we could go on about that left and right, but the idea was to bring the department fully together, and I guess I got that. But even then, they moved me out of offices twice.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that. Like,
Yep.
where my office used to be where the soccer coaches' offices became.
Yep.
And then there was a period where I literally had that entire office myself, and it was literally like a very skinny L.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh, no. So then development left, and then, oh, you're going to move over here to this office, which is the nicer office, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, why am I moving constantly? Like,
Right. And that became our spot for a while. And that was when I came back in 2021. Because when we walk into the athletic office, there was like the door right there. That became the new SID's office. Yep. And so then I went back, like whenever I would come in, I would just like go straight to like where our spot was, and I would just always be there. And then eventually when we got in 2021 in the fall, when we got some interns, that would just be me where them and I would park the day, and we would just work on stuff there and like have a ball and have some fun.
Yeah, that's what it was at the end of the day. I mean, yes, it was a job, but at the same time, like the only way you could have survived was if you had some fun of some kind. So
yeah. And that's one of those things I look back on, like for our time, and then like when I basically got to like, for all intents and purposes, and I don't say this braggingly, like, but basically take the lead with like leading the interns, because for our and I don't say this as like even a critique for our guy, like the guy I was working with, but like he still had to oversee operations plus being the new at that point interim SID. Like anyone that has to do two jobs at once, essentially, that's tough. And
yeah, I mean, look, I you know personally how my feelings are about how that all kind of wound down in a way, but at the same time, like, you know, it opened up different avenues for me to kind of explore other, you know, things. Like if I was still there, I wouldn't have, you know, I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to live the wave of the rise and fall of a company that eventually, like, you know, just like bottomed out completely, because it was a fun year and a half that I worked for the company after that. And then following that experience, I went all over the country and did golf outings. So that was a lot of fun. And now I'm running public relations for a massive school district. So, but again, if I was still there, I don't know if that would have all happened. And again, like, you know, certain things burned me out about that job, hours wise, week wise, day wise, lower pay. Then, you know, I mean, let's be honest here. It's all about the Benjamins at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about what you're providing to your family.
Especially today with economics. It's
all about what you're providing to your family after the fact. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of where that all went down for me. But yeah, I mean, look, it was a time. That's the best way I could put it. That was a time, you know, and
fun.
You know, it shaped us. It made us who we are. And, you know, I don't quite know how you became an F1 fan after the fact. But we've never talked auto racing at all. And all of a sudden, there you are at your current job, and you become a junkie for Max Verstappen for some reason. But
I'm going to the Spanish Grand Prix here soon enough.
Of course you are. To each their own. All right. Well, how about we knock out this last quiz, and we can you can get on that packing for all of that. This one's interesting. So you said coaches was how we want to end. Well, this one's going to be the last 5 head coaches by team.
Oh,
yeah. So this is interesting because there are going to be some names here. And again, look at Baltimore just being Baltimore on all teams. There is going to be some names here that we're going to look at. We're going to say either A, they should have gotten more years, or B, I can't believe that they actually coached there for as long as they did.
Right.
As you can see, it's updated, so you see how Carolina is just awful at life. So that makes sense. This is the Dave Tepper Memorial Quiz. All right, so 15 minutes on the clock, and let's have some fun. Here we go. Let's try and just knock out like the current coaches. How about we do that first, and then go from there. So Arizona's is Jonathan Gannon.
Yep.
Right. Falcons, Raheem Morris. Harbaugh. I mean, look at John Harbaugh from 2008. I think is he the longest tenured still? He has to, right?
Look at that.
Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott, of course. Yep. Carolina.
Canales.
The Bears. Somehow.
Eberflus.
I know.
Zach Taylor.
Stefanski, right?
Yep.
McCarthy.
Yep.
We'll get with the Packers as well. There we go. The Broncos, it's Peyton, right?
Yep.
Okay, the Lions. Got Campbell.
Yep.
Hello.
MCDC.
Yep.
LaFleur.
Texans, it's D'Amico.
Yep.
Oh, look, Rex Ryan.
That's funny.
Hey, Indianapolis, apparently he's only there for one season, apparently, with Shane Steichen.
Yep.
That's a typo, but whatever. Peterson. I never D or T. I never really realized how to spell it until recently. Andy Reid, obviously. I'm a team leader on the Eagles too. The Raiders is that. I mean, okay. Is it Pierce or is it? It's Pierce, right?
Pierce.
Okay, yeah. All right. Rams is McVay.
Yep.
Dolphins is McDaniel.
Yep.
A lot of MCs.
Yeah, right.
And Campbell apparently. Okada.
Cody.
Gerard Mayo, Dennis Allen, who you love. Look at him on the Raiders. You just love Dennis Allen, don't you?
That's amazing.
Dable, yep. The Jets is Robert Saleh. Eagles is
Sirianni.
Is D-head.
Mike Tomlin.
The legendary Mike Tomlin. The Niners.
Shanahan.
Shanny.
It's kind of crazy. He's been the head coach since 2017.
I know, right? It's really out there. McDonald, right, is the Seahawks guy?
Yes.
Is it not?
No, it is. It's like the spelling. I think you just got to figure out the spelling.
Okay. Is it MacDonald? It's MacDonald. Okay. Is it? I don't know. Buccaneers is
Bulls.
Mr. Personality himself. Titans is the new guy Callahan, and the Commanders is the other new guy Dan Quinn, right? Who will also on the Falcons at some point.
Yes,
there he is. Okay, all right. So the Cardinals.
Real quick, isn't it amazing that like a couple in there due to like similar names, but like we went through current coaches and we got a little over 40.
I know, it's amazing. It's wild. Cardinals. That was Cliff, right?
Yep, Kingsbury. It was Wilkes before him.
Wilkes, who I think will show up on the he didn't show up on the Panthers. Oh, I guess they don't do interims. Okay.
Yeah.
Bruce Arians, and then Kenny Wisenhunt, right?
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah. Okay. Falcons. Justin's favorite, Arthur Smith. Look at all the Smiths: Arthur, Mike, and Lovey. Another one of Justin's favorites, Lovey Smith. And then,
that's amazing.
God, who was 07?
Wasn't it the college head coach that flamed out for a year?
Petrino?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Brian Billick for the Ravens, I know.
Yep.
I don't know who their first head coach was, though.
Couldn't tell
you. I don't know.
I just couldn't tell you.
Yeah. All right. Bills.
McDermott, Rick
Chan Gailey, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, probably.
Oh. Okay.
Who was the coach? 2014 Buffalo Bills. Who the fuck was the coach?
Leslie Frazier?
You know what? It may have been. I think it could have been.
No, but he was a coach for the Vikings, right?
Yes.
He was there. He's the Vikings. Okay, that makes sense. No. He wasn't a head coach, right? Charlie Weiss? No, he wasn't a head coach.
No, you know who I think it was? I don't know if he was a head coach after Doug Marrone.
Yes, he was. There you go.
Also with the Jaguars. Jesus.
Yeah, because then he went back to
college, right?
Yeah, he went to college, yeah. I don't know who was 06 or 09. I don't know. No. Panthers, Frank Reich.
Yep.
Poor guy. I never stood a chance. Who was before Matt Rule, right?
Yes. Matt Rule.
Am I spelling that wrong?
Maybe it's the H before the U.
There you go. Okay, yeah. And then it was John Fox.
John Fox and Ron Rivera.
Yep. Okay. Bears, Matt Nagy. That awful human being. And then who was it in 2013-14?
Was it Trestman, Mark Trestman?
Oh, God, the Canadian, right? Yeah. Okay. Bengals, Marvin Lewis.
For a long time.
Ever. And then...
I grew up knowing Marvin Lewis as the Bengals head coach. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about any of that. Browns. Oh, God.
Oh, this is a murderer's row.
Rob Chudzinski, I think was his name, right?
Try it.
2013. Okay, yeah, he was there. Hugh Jackson.
Yep. Freddie Kitchens.
Yes. And then I'm thinking Romeo.
Try it.
No, okay. Oh, with the Chiefs. Oh, right. He was there for the Jovan Belcher thing. Oh, God, that was awful.
What's his name? I think he's a defensive coordinator now. Mike Pettin.
Jesus, Mike. That is a really bad list of 5 head coaches. That's doing pretty well so far, but that's awful. All right, Cowboys. Jason Garrett.
Yep.
Wade Phillips, I think.
Yep. Was Parcells the 2000 to 02 maybe?
03-06.
Oh, so who was it?
Who took over after Barry Switzer left?
Was it not Switzer in 2000?
No, Switzer was like late 90s. Somebody dumb. Okay, moving on. Denver.
The
Fangio?
man, the myth, the legend.
Oh no, not Fangio.
Oh, come on, current Jets offensive coordinator.
Oh God, no! Why? I put it out of my head for so long, dude. Oh my God! All right,
Kubiak.
Kubiak.
Yeah, I think he was the coach for the championship.
Yeah, and then who came after him?
Vance Joseph.
Oh God, that's rough. All right, speaking of rough, the Lions.
Matt Patricia.
Oh, awful.
Who replaced former Colts head coach Jim Caldwell.
Uh-oh. Okay, there you go.
Jim Schwartz for Detroit.
Schwartz, yep. And then, was it Mariucci?
Try it.
No, I thought he would have been on the Niners.
Mariucci.
The Matt Millen years. Who was the guy for the Matt Millen years? I'm trying to think. All right, hold on. Let's move on from them. Packers. The last guy's Holmgren. I know that for a fact. And then I think Ray Rhodes was there for a year. There he's on the Eagles. Who was the guy before McCarthy, though? That one's gonna hurt. That one is definitely gonna hurt me.
Yep.
I don't know. Okay. Oh God, David Culley for the Texans, and then B.O.B. Little Brian.
We had a lot of discussions with him when we worked together.
We certainly did.
More than what we had to, really.
Yeah, more than we cared to remember. The Colts, before Frank Reich, it was
Pagano.
Chuck Pagano, right. And then the first guy was Dungy because that was a Super Bowl run. Yep, that makes sense. Another
we don't need to say his name.
We don't need to say his name. Before, was it Gus Bradley's probably on this list for the Jaguars, right?
He has to be.
There he is. Okay.
Who the hell was the guy in 2012?
2012 for the Jaguars. Less than 1 year. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I also don't know? The Chiefs. I don't know anybody past Romeo Crennel, I don't think. Or unless do you think Spagnuolo was? No, he was a Rams head coach, right?
No, he was the Rams head coach. I don't think Spagnuolo was ever Chiefs coach.
Okay. Well, we'll put Spagnuolo in because we know he's an answer. There he is. Okay.
Real quick, because I forget what his role is. Tennessee. He may have been I know we're skipping ahead down in Tennessee. I think he may have been the Jags coach for a season. Mike Mularkey.
Oh, 1L, I think. Yep, there he is, Mike Mularkey. Oh God. Let's just do a variable there.
How did he parlay the Jags that one season with the Jags into like a couple years with the Titans?
They must have. Well, there was 3 years separating them, so they must have done something else in between. I don't even know. Chiefs, no clue. Raiders, yikes. Yikes and yikes and yikes. McDaniels, obviously.
Yep.
Gruden, and then. From Allen to Gruden, I mean, it wasn't Bisaccia. We know that.
Was it Del Rio?
It was Del Rio. I was going to say Tom Cable, but you were right. You're right on that. Oh, we also got Jay Gruden for the Commanders. God, yes. That was a bad. That's a rough family tree.
That was a rough time.
Chargers, Brandon Staley.
Oh, the boy.
This guy. Norv Turner.
What's his name?
List, right?
Yeah, Norv Turner has to be the first one.
Yep.
What's his name? Anthony Lynn.
Yes, Anthony Lynn. And then who's in between Turner and Lynn?
Mike McCoy.
Yes. Terrible. All right. Rams, Jeff Fisher.
Yep.
Ugh.
So Spagnuolo, Fisher, McVay.
Was it Dick Vermeil?
Try it.
No, Chiefs. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to think. Who was because he was who was the Rams head coach the second time at the Super Bowl?
Was it
because they went in 99 with Vermeil. They went back in 01.
Did they give it to their offensive coordinator of the Greatest Show on Turf?
I can't remember his name though. All right, Dolphins. Let's go to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oof. Why am I blanking on who the Flores? Right, B-Flow.
Yep, B-Flow. What's his name?
Sperano.
Yes.
Tony Soprano.
Oh, we'll get him for the Jets too. Freaking Gase.
Oh God, you're right. You're right. And then 12 to 15. Oh God. Oh, Cam Cameron, I think, right?
Maybe.
No, not Cam Cameron. He was there for a year before Sperano, I guess. Okay. Vikings. This is Zimmer, obviously.
Yep.
Childress.
Yep.
God, he looks like Walter White. I don't know who was 01 to 05. I don't. Belichick, clearly. Parcells, no. 97 to 99. Who was the guy? Who was their guy? Oh, who was their guy? It's gonna haunt me. I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah.
Saints before Peyton. I have no clue.
Well, hold on. 2012 there. Someone took over for a year for him because he got suspended.
Yes. Oh, was that Greg Williams, right? Bountygate?
I thought Williams was also suspended that year.
Oh, he was. You're right. Oh, God. I don't know.
Joe Philbin?
No, but he's the Dolphins guy. All right. Giants, it was Judge and Shermer and McAdoo and Coughlin. Look at that run, by the way. Awful. Just before Rex Ryan, it was Mangenius, I think. Yeah. All right. Eagles. Chip Kelly.
Yep. We'll also get him for San Fran.
Yep. All right. Steelers. Cower. And then Flores, I think. Or not Flores. Lynn. No. Who was it?
Knoll?
Yeah. And then whoever knows. Niners in 2015.
Was that Jim Tomsula?
Yes, it was. And 08 to 10.
Was that Singletary?
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. Pete
I remember him just ripping Alex Smith so much.
That's who was the pitch. Pete Carroll. Okay. All right. That's fine. And then 09. Who was between Holmgren and Carroll that 1 year?
1 year.
I don't even know.
No.
Bucks before Bruce Arians.
Was it? Oh, there's Lovie Smith. Greg Schiano?
Oh yeah. No, he was before Lovie Smith.
Wow. Wait. So
Hmm.
before Bruce.
And then who was? And then the last one's the last guy for the Commanders from 08 to 09. Oof. 135 out of 158. Not terrible. Probably over the average again.
Yeah.
What do you think?
There. Hold on, wait. I don't know what team he was on. I forget.
I mean,
there's like this random coach.
Yep.
Dirk Cutter.
He might have been on the Bucks. He was on the Bucks. There you go.
Lord above.
That is such a random name. What a poll.
How do some of these guys get even like a year?
I don't even know, man. They're all terrible in their own right.
Mike Shanahan before him.
Oh, Zorn. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, 137. All right, I'm
pretty
good
good
with that.
100%. We got this easily.
Let's see.
We're above average every time.
Let's see. Would not have guessed Dick Geron. Okay. Dave Campbell would never have guessed him in a million years. Marinelli, not Mariucci. Mike Sherman.
Wow.
Okay. Todd Haley.
Wow. You know what's funny about Dave Shula on the Bengals one?
Yeah.
I remember when I was interning writing for random sites, we talked about Dave Shula for an article I wrote.
God. Bruce Cosler, Dick LeBeau had a couple of years. Herm Edwards. The rest, Mike Martz. Okay. That makes more sense. He was the guy that took over after that. Mike Tice. Joe Vitt was Hazlitt. Oh, Ditka. I should have remembered that because we talked
Ricky Williams.
We talked Ricky Williams. I should have remembered that. All right, let's see. Bill never would guess those guys, and then Jim Mora for the year, and Dennis Erickson for 3. All right, and 87%. The average was 50. There we go.
We were way above average every single time.
As always, man. This is why when Justin gives us these questions, if they're really hard, they're really hard. But if they're not, like we can just answer them in 5 minutes and
100%.
call it a day. So, oh my God.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on the second edition of the Champions Club Lazy River 2.
Can I give you a rant podium to end this one out?
Sure.
All right.
We'll take it. The people would love it.
Yeah, sounds good. Middle seats in a plane or on a bus or in a car are the worst invention ever created. Like, you're either sitting next to a smelly guy or you're just in the middle of two kids who are screaming and yelling, and it's no fun for anybody. So that's why middle seats are on my rant podium with number 3. Number 2 this week, tractor trailers. Why do you got to make such wide turns? Like, it's the dumbest thing ever. Like, if I'm in the right lane and you're in the left lane and you want to make a right-hand turn, you're like cutting across 9 miles of Narnia to get to where you have to go. It's stupid. So please just figure out a way to drive better. And number 1, I want to talk about this, Jurg. Have you ever seen these like random condiment combinations that are out there? Like, they're very famous now, like the mayo chup and like all that. So, you know, the one that I don't get and I think is really dumb, even though I've had it recently. I actually think it's quite delicious, but I think it's dumb. So it's like a weird thing. Golden barbecue. Like, it's like a honey mustard barbecue mixture.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, no. It's like common, like wing places have it all the time. Burger places have it all the time. It's literally, basically, you take honey mustard and barbecue sauce and combine the two. It turns out like almost like liquid gold in a way. Delicious, if made properly.
Right.
But why is it existing? Why is it a thing? You know? It doesn't.
People just get bored, and it's like, all right, what can we mix?
I understand that, but like if you don't mix it correctly, it looks like, you know,
slop.
Yes, it looks like it came from Mr. Krabs's the SS diarrhea instead of the SS gourmet. You know, it looks like that. So why are we, you know? And the thing like mayo chup or mayo and sriracha is another one that I'm just like, first of all, I don't quite get what everyone's obsession is with sriracha. I really don't. Like it to me, it's just meh. It is a mid condiment of all things. Not mid continent, that would be Oceania, but mid condiment, if you will. So the idea of pairing it with something else is just like listen, I love gochujang, Korean barbecues, phenomenal. I like sweet and spicy sauces, but sriracha just to me is just like a waste of time and energy, you know? Mm-hmm. So why even bother with it? Like I said, if I'm working with my daughter to have her get used to flavors, I'm not dropping in golden barbecue sauce. Like, she's getting ketchup or she's getting buttermilk ranch. And if you tell me that that's a condiment mismatch, I'm going to say to you, buttermilk ranch is phenomenal. So stop talking, because it's very good. I'm a ranch guy over blue cheese any day of the week. I don't know how you are with your wings, but I'm a ranch guy over blue cheese.
I agree.
Day of the week. Blue cheese is just, that's another one. Blue cheese is just dumb, man. It's stupid. It's disgusting. Ranch is just smoother.
Oh, yeah.
Better for wings.
When me and my best friend were younger, when a lot in our like late high school, I think mainly college years, when we would get like our classic meal when we were really feeling fat, was we would each get a medium pie from Domino's, and then we would share like a side. Like, he would always want. He really liked the blue cheese from Domino's. I preferred the ranch. Yeah.
Like, for me, if I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, like if I even get like wings of any kind, like I'm asking them for ranch instead of blue cheese, because dipping the teriyaki wing into the ranch, there's something magical about it that is I can't describe to you. It's amazing. And with Buffalo Wild Wings, dipping the desert heat, the hottest dry rub into the ranch, it's like that. It kills the desert heat, but it's like that perfect combination of like the coolness of the ranch. You get a little bit of spice afterwards. Glorious. I also don't get natural hot. Like why would you want to purposely burn your taste buds off by? And also like the really hot sauces. Like I know Wild is Buffalo Wild Wings is one, and then Miller's. I'm sure you've been to Miller's Ale House before a bunch of times. Mount St. Helens is their tallest one. First of all, why name it after a volcanic eruption? Number one, and number two, it's like, why are you making these things so hot? Who's enjoying this? You know,
some people do. Some people do.
That's my thing. Who enjoys like Pepper X or a Carolina Reaper? Like, I understand you're growing, but why are you enjoying this? Like, I like flavor, not heat. That's just my personal opinion on the matter. All right, take us home, Jurg. We're running out of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, 2 fun evergreen episodes for you guys to enjoy. You get to see us nerd out and really go in deep with the football names. You get to see us talk about a little bit, and this is like a prelude to that eventual tell-all episode where we get to just tell stories about like our football fandoms, our other stuff, and then our time when we worked with one another. Because I'm sure Justin probably has at least a memory or two from when he worked with us. He had to have. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us on this second edition, the second evergreen episode. Evergreen, the most beautiful episodes you've ever seen. But no, these 2 episodes were just so fun for us to do. We got to kick back, relax, talk football, and just have a grand old time. So after this one, it will be a live episode the week following this. Not sure who the cast will be at the time. I have a sneaky suspicion which of the 2 of us will make it. But you'll get to see 2 of us after that, and then the summer quickly approaching. We need to finalize planning it out. But I think it might be the second week of July potentially. It was either the first or second week of July, like full week, where we will begin our division previews. It's always a fun thing for us to do. For the 3rd year in a row, it'll be time. So, guys, thank you for joining us. These 2 evergreen episodes, we got to have a little bit of fun here. It's fun in football. The chaos will resume in order when we keep going live again. So thank you so much for joining us on these episodes. Thank you so much for having watched any episodes before this, and thank you for all the episodes you will watch after this here on Sports Agents of Chaos podcast. Take care, everyone.